everyone. Welcome. Thank you for the info on lockdown. That was very, very nice.
Anything I could do.
Anything you could do. Of course, guys, welcome to the Halo Master Chief Collection Launch Invitational here at the ESL Studio, presented by ESL. Golden Boy and Bravo here to call the action for tonight's final game. It is going to be one for the ages, one I'm so excited about. We have two legends facing off against each other. You have Ogre 2 and Shoot to Kill facing off against Str8, Rippin, and T-Squared. Man, this is going to be a good one. Yeah,
if there's a way to end Saturday night, day one of the Master Chief Collection Launch Invitational, it is certainly with this match. Like you said, two team powerhouses that I'm excited to watch right here kick it off. And I mean, we're going to start off with King of the Hill Lockdown, and it's going to set the pace for the rest of the series. And I really think it could go either way. We've been saying that throughout the rest of the tournament because we have some of the best players here, and they have some star-studded rosters. But this one, I can't say I have a decision on just yet.
Yeah.
I think STK might have the edge in terms of teamwork, but we'll have to see. I mean, we know that Str8 Rippin can come out with quite a bang.
Yeah, it's, Str8 Rippin had a tough matchup there against TCM. TCM were able to fight back. And there you see the boys on Str8 Rippin. You have T-Squared, Ryan Noob, Roy, and Str8 Sick. And, they had a good matchup there against TCM. I mean, looked really strong in a couple areas, but it was really just, just the teamwork again. I mean, Halo, it is a team game, and that's just what it is at the end of the day. And you got to also highlight the one and the only Walshy, the coach in the back there, calling some of the shots for this team. Definitely a guy that you want, letting you know what's going on.
Oh, definitely. I mean, to give a little bit of context to that coaching role, if this is one of your first times watching competitive Halo, the role of the coach is really to keep everyone on the same page, right? And also let everyone know what the main priorities and responsibilities are on the map at any given time. As you can imagine, the player right here at the foreground of the screen, Str8 Sick, can't really see T-Squared screen all the way at the end. So, of course, these players need to communicate with each other, but it's Walshy's job in the back to make sure all that is happening, that all the weapons are being timed, and his team is really clicking.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's definitely showing there, and it's just always good to have the calming voice of Walshy.
Oh, I can't imagine how good that would be.
Yeah, I can't imagine that at all. And then on the other side, we have STK, and this group of guys, very, very talented. You even made mention about Royal 2 and Snakebite before, and how these guys are coming into this as learning from veterans such as Heinz and Ogre 2, and like I said, Snakebite, Royal 2. These guys have been really impressive, and also to boot, they are coached by the one and only NASA Diesel. This guy, he's known as NASA because he actually puts the mic to his mouth, and he actually just
sounds like a mission control countdown man.
Yeah, and it's really cool. And I actually asked him about that. I said, what is the reasoning behind that? And he said, well, I want to be able to get their attention right away.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one of the most important things is that oftentimes players are really in the zone, right? They may not be paying attention 100% to all the communication that's happening around them. And oftentimes when a power weapon is dropping, about 9 times out of 10, it is the most important priority on the map. And that's the coach's job, of course. So also shout out to Diesel. I know he was actually watching community live streams and timing power weapons off of the live streams to get those times before any of the other coaches. So you can bet he's dedicated, his team is dedicated, and they're looking to advance to the winner's bracket final here if they're able to take this match off of Str8 Rippin. But on the other side, of course, this opposite Str8 Rippin squad is looking to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, and really looking for Ryan Noob to step up here. He had a pretty solid matchup there, against TCM. Really showing up well in that Warlord King of the Hill game, Warlord CTF game. But yeah, needless to say though, now that we're going to King of the Hill on lockdown, I feel as if I gotta tip my hat to STK a little bit more here, just because we saw what these guys are capable of. I mean, VWS was definitely a tough team to face off against. But I think they kind of got the brunt of how they need to operate on King of the Hill.
Oh, certainly. I think STK as well would have the edge here. I'm curious to see how Str8 Rippin will come out of the gate. As we mentioned, it's not always about who can maintain those first few seconds, but rather who can really start to rack up time and pinch the enemy in the wrong spawn points. That happens even more on lockdown. We saw it earlier as we take a look at the Launch Invitational Championship Trophy. We saw it earlier on Warlord King of the Hill, right? You can kind of spawn trap teams, but they can easily push out because it's a four-way symmetrical arena map. However, on lockdown, you can get some serious setups, and you can pinch the enemy on different parts of the map if you're watching the correct sight lines and choke points.
Yeah, just to highlight that, last matchup with the agency and Believe the Hype, you know, one thing that we took note of right away was how agency had full control of A, which was shocking considering that A, you would usually see that being contested because it's like right in the open. You know, there's just like so much stuff going on there. Ninja was able to get a sizable amount of time on that, but then their positioning allowed them to just set up and get ready for B. It was just at that point, though, that they were just not able to capitalize and rotate properly to the C hill, and that's where things kind of fall apart gradually from there. So this is going to be a very, very fun match to watch, and I hope you guys back at home are as excited as we are because Str8 Rippin, STK pretty much writes itself. Guys in the chat, let us know who you think is going to take it. Do you think you know, STK is going to take it, or is Str8 Rippin going to go home, or who's going to meet Believe the Hype in the winner bracket finals?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Also, once we find out which team is going to take that, to also see that BTH match. And as a reminder, the action kicks off tomorrow for day 2 at 10:30 a.m. PST. Right. Make sure you join us right back here at twitch.tv/Halo. But we thank you so much for joining us this evening. We know it's getting late in the. I think we got a tweet from Sims. I think it's quite late over there in the UK. So we thank you from all different parts of the world. Also, wherever you're watching from, let us know in the Twitch chat, whether you're from you know, close by here in Southern California or across the world. We thank you for joining us here. It means a lot, and we're excited to bring you this awesome action.
Yeah, I remember when we were in Germany and we were talking with the chat, and we said, guys, you know, like where are you from? And I mean, we had just, you know, responses, you know, across the board from all across the world. It was a truly incredible thing. So again, we really want to thank everyone who's tuned in, been patient, and, you know, had fun. Most importantly, you know, just a reminder, Master Chief Collection comes out November 11th, and that's going to be a real fun time to, you know, just sit there on your Xbox One and just play games all day long. It's going to feel like the old days. I remember when I went to go pick up my copy of H2. It was on my birthday, as a matter of fact, and I went to go pick up my copy with my brother.
So so today is the 10-year anniversary of you picking up Halo 2, then, because it is your birthday.
Yes, that is true. I didn't want to like
well,
say it, but like,
I wanted to say it. Yeah, and everyone should wish Alex a happy birthday.
Well, thank you. But yeah, like it was cool because I remember going home and popping in Halo 2 for the first time, and because I played a lot of you know, Halo CE with my brother. And really just experiencing like Xbox Live and like all the craziness, and oh my goodness, it was just something. It was too much. Like, I'm thinking about it right now, it's just making me way too nostalgic. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped for November 11th, guys. I hope you are as well. And seems like we're gonna get this one kicked off here. All the players just need to join the lobbies, and then we can get this game started. But
yeah, it looks like we finally have the last player who's in the lobby. First game is going to be King of the Hill on lockdown. But it's funny that you said, I remember my first time also, you know, playing on Xbox Live. I had an 8-inch TV because I had to actually direct connect to my modem up in my father's room. So I had and like playing on. I remember it was a Burial Mounds one flag CTF game, and I remember the first time learning that players were in like Australia and New Zealand. I didn't know it was worldwide at the time. You know, this is my first time jumping into online console gaming. So I hope many of you watching at home are sharing in those memories and also excited to create new ones with the Master Chief Collection. I mean, also just getting text messages from old friends.
Yeah, man.
You know, who I used to play with. Actually, friends who introduced me to competitive Halo. It's a really exciting time, of course, to be a Halo fan. So we're excited you're joining us here, and we hope you're excited for the next 2 days of live streams as well as the release of the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, I mean, Halo Fest is about, you know, the history of Halo and the franchise and how amazing and how it's affected everyone. You know, whether you're competitive, whether you're a Forger or a Griff baller, it doesn't matter. You know, it's all about that love. And alternatively, it's also about the future too, which is you know, really fun, and you guys will learn a lot more about that as the days roll on. So with that being said, the matchup is ready. The players are loaded in. It's time. STK, Str8 Rippin. Let's get this one going, and we are going to be kicking things off with Ogre 2 because I gotta give it to the GOAT right away.
Yeah, right now Ogre 2 is going to lift up right away. We'll see if he can get off this break and break out of the blue setup. Looks like enemy team pushing him. They're going to push him back. He's going to try to get back up to the top of the map.
Yep, and taking a look here, and Hines is going to be coming off of the respawn now, and want to see what he's going to be doing as well, and where you know, STK is going to be positioning themselves. It seems like you know, they're actually racking up a good amount of points there, Str8 Rippin, as they are currently 7-0. But again, we mentioned this time and time again, the A-Hill, you're not going to see players really, gain that much time from it because of how crazy it is.
Yeah, right now a 7-0 quick little lead here as Heinz trying to break across the BR tower setup and manages to do so, but a player's going to drop on him, and they're going to sneak away with that kill. So we'll go ahead and see what's going on the straight Rippin side of the map. If you want to switch over to T-Squared, who just lifted up. And right now, once again, both teams are just trying to feel each other out. The Hill's about to move over to top BR, and it looks like straight Rippin is ready for that move.
Yeah, actually, Ryanoob's going to be hanging out, and he is going to get control of this, so it's going to be looking rather good for them. But he has to get away from the fusion core, as unfortunately the nade is actually going to be his undoing. Now, Str8 has the sniper rifle. I just got to go ahead and give some love to him. Yeah, I think he may have ran out of every bullet, though.
He did right now, but nice shots on Ogre 2, right? Cleaning up that kill, eliminating that major threat, and also getting some hill time. So nice job from them. Good start controlling the B hill, and we'll see if they can get what's left of these next 34 seconds.
I love the way Ryanoob is patrolling, that back ramp as well. Like, that is what you want to see out of a teammate. Now, player's going to be pushing up. It's going to be Royal 2, though, and Ryanoob just on the prowl, man. He is just a hunter, getting those hit markers there as he sent that nade over by Lift, and there's that player, actually, Royal 2, yet again, challenging, looking to get control, looking to just disrupt them so that they don't maintain, the hill and, of course, get more time.
And look at Str8. I love what I'm seeing from Straight Rippin right there. Str8 looks like it might have been a lapse in communication as Ogre 2 was charging across top middle when it probably wasn't the best idea to do so. Now Str8 engaging finally once again. We'll see if he can clean up his kill, and Snakebite does so. Looks like might have got taken out there, though. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the STK side once again.
Yeah, I'm going to actually give some love to Royal 2 here because, Royal 2 is, like you mentioned before, is one of those younger players coming into this and has a lot to gain from, teaming with guys such as Heinz and Ogre 2, learning so much about, how to play this style of Halo. Of course, Royal 2, easy shots there, actually gets a grenade kill, finds one player. It's going to be Ryanoob. Ryanoob able to take him out, and he will get clean up himself right away as Snakebite has control of the hill.
Yeah, Snakebite doing well to fight off these angles. He does have help from Ogre 2, though, so right now they're fighting back in this match. As I said, don't worry about the score too much in the beginning of these King of the Hill matches. Now Royal 2, sniper in hand. We want to switch over to him. We'll see if he can get his team back in this match. They're down by half the score of their opponent now, 42-19.
Yep, and Heinz actually ended up getting taken out, and Royal 2 had to react in time, and he was not able to, as Ryanoob will be there for the stop. Now Ryanoob, who has a sniper rifle, he's looking to do some damage, and they have the D hill.
I got to say, I'm surprised Royal 2 did not throw that sniper rifle off the edge. He had every opportunity to do so, but decides to let it fall into the hands of Ryanoob, which is a shame because now they're up 55-19. They have sniper rifle in hand. Ryanoob is doing things like that, and it's not looking good.
I have to say, though, I think Royal 2 did try. It's just...
I don't know. I don't know if he did.
It looked like he was trying to jump out.
He could have tried a lot harder.
He could have tried a lot. How dare he? And Ryanoob now, all that duck. Did you see that? That was really good. That player crouched there, knowing that he was trying to line up that no-scope. Ryanoob, though, is going to get taken up by Royal 2, who gets that sniper rifle back again. And I bet he's glad he didn't throw it off the map there, because now it's back in his hands.
That's true.
Look at you.
Everyone's just doing
it all comes full circle.
They're just giving each other favors. You're right. What comes around goes around. Now 71-25, 11-11 left on the clock as Ryanoob trying to push out and pin this player at top BR. Of course, you can't push across the map if a player has a power position like that on top BR. So Ryanoob knows he actually has to go up and fight this player if he wants to put his team in a good position.
Yeah, his teammate actually pushed in and lost the.
He's trying to create grenades. We'll see if these actually hit. I'd be impressed, and they might actually connect, but they don't. So he pulls up here, trying to loft some grenades up BR3. His teammate's taken out, but he's able to take out Ogre 2. Nice job, catches him reloading. Now 73-36. Straight Rippin still with a nice lead.
Yeah, I've been so impressed by Straight Rippin, man. I mean, Ryanoob's been playing, incredible. Str8, you got to talk about this guy. I mean, he has just been tearing it up. And, and we haven't even highlighted Roy yet, which is, I think, pretty insane when you think about it. Yeah, it's a crime that we haven't highlighted Roy. I am going to just switch over to him as he comes off the respawn, looking to support his teammate here over by the E-Hill. Pressure come from the bottom, but Roy is going to get met with a bunch of nades as Royal 2 takes him out.
Yeah, right now you see 2 players on your screen, actually 3 players pushing in from the bottom of the hill. So it looks like that STK roster trying to push in. Now T-Square with the sword hanging out on the underglass ledge. Doesn't know he's there. Kills Ogre 2. See if he can turn to here in the same position.
Ooh.
Wisely decides to turn back. He might have gotten the lunge, but I like that play. They have quite a healthy lead. No reason to risk that and give up the sword.
No, actually, that STK player had dropped out a significant distance there. T-Squared was very smart out of him. I don't think he should have risked it, and he pretty much did exactly as as what any veteran would do in that situation. T-Squared, though, going for the challenge up top, but that player was waiting for him at the top of the BR tower, actually using the height to his advantage. But now Snakebite for STK will be lingering back BR tower while his teammate is getting met with a lot of shots from Roy. Roy, smartly enough, backing up, but his teammate T-Squared is going to be there for the cleanup, and now that control is going to go right back to Straight Rippin.
Yeah, that sword falls in the hands of T-Squared. We'll see what he's doing now at top BR. Hill is back at A once again. Only thing on his mind right now is locking down the exact area that he's in. Pulls out the sword, gets the lunge. A nice job, stays on the map. He wants to make sure he locks down this hill. Gets some hit markers again, cleans up that assist. A nice job. That's at least 2 dead. They're poised to get a lot of control off at B right now.
T-Squared is impressing me a lot. Good use of the sword. And on top of that, too, he's just been, making smart decisions,
and
right?
There he goes. He might pull out the sword again. Let's see. Unfortunately, gets tapped by that nade, but his teammate is going to help clean up that kill. T-Squared gets taken out, but I got to say, I'm really impressed with T-Squared at this tournament, playing very disciplined and doing exactly what he needs to keep his team in each match.
Yep, that's right. Ryan Noob, knowing that pressure's going to be coming from behind, that's going to be the sword, as a matter of fact, from Snakebite, who will get control of the BR tower. Now cycling through the players here, and let's actually jump over to Hines on STK to see what is he doing. He has his battle rifle in hand, pushing forward toward the elbow. Teammate will be there for the stop, finding one at the bottom mid. That guy's actually going to drop away. I believe that was Ryan Noob.
Yep.
And Hines just continuing to apply as much pressure as he possibly can, making those call-outs to his teammates, but he ends up getting Ryan Noob in the end.
That's a great play right there, finishing what he started, engaging that player through underglass at bottom BR, and then challenging as he tried to use the open ramp sneaky jump. Excellent shots there again. I'm glad we switched over to Hines. Haven't been giving him enough love throughout this series. But right now, 7:54 left on the clock. If STK gets their stuff together, Alex, they can get right back in this.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not possible, especially considering that right now they have C control. So they just need to make sure that they are pushing Straight Rippin as far back as they possibly could, and they're continuing to rack up time here. If they cross that 70-point mark, but no, as C will be open again. I was saying, if they would have crossed the 70-point mark, that's a little bit more comfort there for them. And they're right there. They're inches away from being able to do that. Now Ogre 2, he's going to get control of that, and he will take his team past 70 points. And that means that they're just ever so close to being able to catch up in this one. With all the time here, if he gets all 15 seconds, they will be right back in this matchup.
Yeah, I love what Ogre 2 is doing there. Look at him controlling the C-Hill, playing every angle that he needed to, and locking down some time. And essentially 20 points, they're right back in this match.
Yeah, I mean, that's 20 seconds. It's easy to hold if you have teammates who are watching your back.
It's a 3-player straight rip and rush across top middle. We'll see if this pays off for them right now as Ryan Noob gets caught top middle. But they were all pushing down to the D-Hill. We'll see a Royal 2 finally gets taken out. So straight rip and momentary control. Pushes it on T-Squared. He's taken out. Looks like STK is right back in this match. Snakebite with the sniper rifle desperately trying to stay alive now. But they're right back in this. They've got control of D, and that was 3 members down for straight as they're pushing in right now into Snipe 1.
Yeah, and a lot of pressure coming from elbow. Str8 actually going to have to drop back. He's going to get D-scope there, finding another player, pushing it through the mid, and that's going to be the sword right in front of him. He took that sword to a gunfight as we jump over to Ryan Noob, who has the sniper rifle and the sword combo, finding a player as well, and he was not going to be able to capitalize on that one. He had the sword, but he couldn't take it out in time, and now that means it's going to go right back over to Str8, who has the sniper and the sword.
Yeah, right now leaving the sword out, going to see if he can hit this melee. It seems like if you do have that sniper sword, for good reason, you are the target on the map for all 4 players on the enemy team. Now, 123 to 100, Straight Rippin in midst of all that chaos, pulling away just a little bit more as they now have regained their 23-point lead.
Woo, and a headshot there from Str8 as he was able to take out Hines. Another player probably pushing up. Str8 playing smart, and he's going to find another to the right there, and that will be Royal 2.
That's right. That's a veteran angle. Remembering to push and check from that Snipe 1 to bottom sword. If you're on the side of STK, you have to know that Str8 knows you can see that sight line, and that's going to cost them now up by 30 seconds.
Look at the amount of nades that they were just flinging in there. Ogre 2 off the elbow. He's going to have those shields popped and cleaned up by T-Squared, which means that the sword's coming out again. It's going to give him the tiger uppercut there. Amazing plays here out of Straight Rippin. They have control of this one, but STK fighting back as best they can.
Yeah, I don't understand. We had 2 players down for STK. Somehow Royal 2 is still in this hill despite the fact that Str8, it seems like they're killing everything. Royal 2 is still under glass holding this hill if you want to switch over to him.
Yeah, Royal 2 actually, I think the sword pushed him and somehow he stayed up. Like,
yes.
it's absurd. But Royal 2, I mean, this STK lineup, they're learning so much. They're playing together real well. And look at this, no backup. And Str8 going to lose the sniper rifle. That's not the first time he's lost a sniper as well. But there's really nothing more that he could do there because they couldn't keep track of who was left alive. And that player ended up just coming up right behind him. So Royal 2 off the respawn here, looking to put some support down and just throwing hit markers as much as he, throwing shots down and getting hit markers as much as he can.
Yeah, he knew he had to back down right there. They're down by just around 30 seconds. Not wise to start forfeiting deaths. You want to make sure you maintain not only map control, but also a good team composition as you push across the map. Remember, they want to stay here because the hill right now at A, ooh, a little treat on the ground. I'll take that sword, he says.
Okay.
And he's going to hold and patrol this area. That's going to be a big asset for them as they try to hold this B hill.
Yeah, and they know that this is coming up in 8 seconds. You can clearly see it on the screen there. So any garbage time that they can get in A is going to be, you know, well wanted. But of course, bear in mind though, with that being said, they have.
Yeah. Looks like a teammate was trying to get back and unfortunately shot him as he was trying to run back and saying, hey, let me help, but unfortunately.
And a smart player from Royal 2 as well. He decided not to push up and get B. He's going to let his teammate do that because he has a sword. Right. His job, watch the back and just continue to play that player who pushes up. That's going to be a very smart play out of Royal 2. Love what I'm seeing there. And they're just going to continue to rack up points. This is it. STK coming back into the game with this hill.
Yeah, just like you said, Golden Boy. He needs to just stay here, patrol this area, take out the sword when necessary. And now 136 to 121. Anyone's game, just under 3:30 left.
And, you know, Royal 2 actually in a bit of a conundrum here, thinking, should I go after this? Should I actually continue to play, you know, back? But his teammate said, no, you stay there. You keep doing what you need to do. We'll worry about getting time on the hill. Now and that's exactly what happened. Royal 2 pushing out through the middle. Very smart play.
And now is the exodus. Everyone wants to get over to C. They need to get away from the battle rifle tower.
Oh, God.
Might pick up 2 right here. Also, oh, no, misses the first launch. We'll see if he can turn around. Picks up 2. And going to try to hit 3, but T-Squared finally takes him out. Royal 2 gets taken down. T-Squared might have the sniper and the sword in his hand, and he walks over it. We'll see.
Yeah, he should actually get that, but he's going to get taken out by a shotgun, I think, from behind, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. He got taken out from behind. That was Hines. If we want to switch over, go ahead and see what Hines is up to now. 142 to 136. STK has taken the lead, 146 to 136.
STK taking the lead for I think the first time in this game here, Bravo. I mean, I can't believe Rippin have given up control, but you got to give credit where credit is due because STK has just been on the money, and it's been in due part, I would say, too.
Oh no, I was worried that Hines would jump up on that ledge. You can bet that he was worried that he might lunge off the map, and he did. So unfortunately, they will lose sword control, but they still have the lead in the match. If we want to switch over to someone else on the other side.
Yeah, well, let's see here. Who do we have? We can go to Ryanoob and see. Oh, nope, never mind.
Taken out. So actually 3 players down now. T-Squared spawning in the library. If we want to show what he's going to do off of this spawn right now, he needs to let his team know that this is do or die, right? We cannot let the enemy team get all this D hill. That hill is very segmented off, right? It's all the way on the bottom of the map. If you don't get over there right now, you put yourself in a very dangerous position to potentially lose this game, and STK is already set up.
Double kill for T-Squared, as a matter of fact, as they're pushing right through the mid, and it seems like T-Squared is just going to continue to provide support over here, right by the BR tower.
That's right, and you know, STK now actually loses that setup, but T-Squared, a nice job there to maintain that control. Looks like some players pushing in low. Now on the STK side, Ogre 2 still in library. Snakebite pushing in from the elbow. Royal 2 has help. If you want to switch over to see what's going on over there now with Royal 2 trying to push in. Looks like he's not going to be able to do anything to push in. And it looks like now 159 to 157. We're going to have a tie game as Str8 once again is going to gain the lead.
Yeah, and Hines is going to push up. He can't do anything about that as well. And Ogre 2 and company. T-Squared staying alive up top. It's going to be Snakebite who manages to clear that up. Snakebite gets cleared, and that will mean that Str8 continues to hold down this hill, and it's going to be a lead extending past 10, and E is going to come up, but STK ready for this one as one of the players actually dropped down. Very smart play out of Str8 to actually charge that player because he knew he could be a nuisance if he chucked some more grenades up there. Str8 though couldn't stay alive. Now it's going to be Ryanoob with the sniper rifle guarding A. That's not actually that sword. It was going to be inside of there. Roy pushing up, and this is huge for Str8 to be able to get these points.
Yeah, it is. He picks up 2 kills right there. I see 3 dead. 3 dead on the STK side. Royal 2's the only player alive. We'll see if Ryanoob and him run into each other, and it looks like that player is cleaned up as well. So right now, Str8 can get a little bit more time. They're only up by 11. 11.
Yeah, 30 seconds remaining. It is still very doable here for either team, but I think it's safe to say Straight Rippin will be able to take this series or take this matchup 173 to 164. Time is building up. They actually can't come back.
They can right now. Yeah, he has to push right now. He has to push in. We'll see. He hits that body shot. Roy might be able to finish.
Roy's our boy.
Now Roy pushes in to get that double right now, and that's 174. Woo. Straight Rippin takes game 1. Lockout. King of the Hill.
What a matchup there. A clutch play out of Roy to come out through the flank and take out one player. And, of course, you can't forget about Ranu, who had that sniper rifle.
I mean, he had
eagle-eyed.
There's nothing you can do if you are the STK side. Ryan knew, very talented sniper, knew exactly what he had to do watching that sideline. It's going to be almost impossible to break that and push under glass for the E-Hill. Straight Rippin right there takes game 1.
Straight Rippin, man. I mean, they... it was, they had control of the game, for a good portion of it. STK were able to fight their way right back into this, and Snakebite, 34 and 24 for STK. You got to highlight that. But on the other side, though, you had some pretty solid stats out of every member of Straight Rippin. Roy actually not having, Roy not having like the craziest game.
Did have 17 assists, though. He was the game leader in assists. I think that's going to be the big indicator there. It's rare to see Roy put up numbers that are less than anyone on the scoreboard. But
if he's putting shots down on people, that's right. Basically worth his weight in gold.
Yeah, he played pretty well that match. But I think you said MVP of the match is Ryan Noob. Grabbed the sniper rifle at the end. There was a large battle over who was going to hold the sniper rifle and sorted the tower at the end. Yeah. Ryan Noob able to watch that sight line. Incredible stuff, especially that last push. We were on board with T-Squared. He was at back BR tower. The D-Hill was up, and they knew they had to get across the map. That's exactly what they did. They held the D-Hill, kept STK out of the E-Hill, and that was the game.
That's right. So that means game number 2 will be up in just a few. Team Slayer on Shrine, the Sanctuary remake for Halo 2 Anniversary. Can Straight Rippin close this one out 2-0, which would be pretty awesome to see Straight Rippin face off against BTH in the finals, or will STK force that game 3 bomb on Warlord, which we have not seen yet? It's going to be a good one, Bravo, and we will see you guys in just a few. Don't go anywhere. This match is going to continue after this quick break.